A major piece of legislation is quietly making its way through Congress, and it has everything: tax cuts, benefit cuts, and a whole lot of controversy. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. It's the big, beautiful bill. Hey taxpayers, it's Tiffany Gonzalez, CPA here, and today I'm gonna break down a topic that a lot of you have asked about, the one big, beautiful bill, and how it could affect your taxes, government benefits, and federal services. If you're a business owner, employee, retiree, trust me, you need to stay till the very end because this bill includes changes that may impact you directly. Let's start with what the bill actually is. In congressional jargon, it's a reconciliation bill. That means it combines government spending and taxation measures, the income to pay for that spending, into one package. And this year, it also includes an increase to the debt ceiling because, of course, we are spending more than we make. For anyone unfamiliar, the debt ceiling is the maximum amount allowed by the US government to borrow by issuing bonds. Now, the process for a tax bill like this includes several steps. It needs to pass the House of Representatives, then the Senate gets it and decides to make tweaks to it, and then both the chambers work together to resolve any differences before finally sending it to the president for signature. This year, it's a Republican-led budget. That's because Republicans currently hold the majority in both the House, the Senate, and the White House. That gives them control over what gets included in the bill, and the Democrats have a limited ability to make changes. However, that doesn't mean it's an easy path. The House version of the bill only passed by one vote, and just 4 Republican senators voting against it would have been enough to stop it in the Senate. In fact, at least 5 Republican senators have expressed concerns about the bill. Some want deeper cuts to Medicaid, others are against the work requirements for Medicaid, and some don't support raising the debt limit at all. So, what's in the bill? It sets the federal budget for the next fiscal year, and it includes several tax changes, many of which were originally part of President Trump's campaign promises. The bill would extend provisions from the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, and it would introduce new tax breaks. The original draft of the bill proposed eliminating income tax on overtime pay and tips. As of now, the Senate has released its own version of the bill, but nothing is final yet. One major change is a cap on the proposed tax break for tips and overtime pay. While the original draft allowed for an unlimited deduction, the Senate's version limits it to $25,000. For taxpayers, this means that if you earn tips or work a lot of overtime, you still could see some tax relief, but only up to a certain point. I imagine there will be some wording or oversight about employers that want to change some of the pay they pay to their employees, reclassifying them as tips or overtime. The bill also adjusts the child tax credit. The initial proposed increase was to $2,500, but the Senate is aiming for $2,200. The $300 difference may not seem like much, but it adds up for large families, and it could reduce the overall refund or credit many families may have been counting on. The bill has also proposed raising the cap on state and local tax from $10,000 max to $40,000, which would have been especially helpful to taxpayers in high-income states or homeowners paying high property taxes. However, the Senate version keeps the cap at $10,000, meaning many middle and upper-income households in those states may continue to see limited deductions for what they pay in state and local taxes. Another area of change involves charitable giving. The House version of the bill allowed for a small deduction even for those who don't itemize their deductions, but the Senate version increases that deduction to $1,000 for individuals and $2,000 for married couples filing jointly. They want to incentivize more people to donate, especially lower and middle income taxpayers who don't typically itemize. Finally, my business owners, the Qualified Business Income Deduction, QBI, which benefits many small business owners, was originally set to increase from 20 to 23%, but the Senate said no, they want to keep that at the current 20%, which means pass-through business owners won't see an additional tax break beyond what they've already been receiving since 2017. While some taxpayers may benefit from these tax cuts, there's also significant reductions in government programs. The bill proposes to cut Medicaid and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, According to estimates from the Congressional Budget Office, these changes would primarily benefit wealthier taxpayers while negatively impacting lower income households. As of the filming of this video, both chambers still need to agree on a final draft. And if they do, it moves to the president to be signed into law. Some say this bill helps the economy. Others say it hurts low-income families. Where do you stand after knowing all this? Please let us know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook at Accounting to Scale. Until the next video, your favorite CPA, Tiffany Gonzalez.